Okay, I think it's gonna be Heyman turns on both Punk and Roman, which I think is exciting when you look at it from like a WWE lens, because I think an overall storytelling, maybe it's a stupid idea,
Yeah,
but from like a WWE perspective, that's what they would call like I don't know, like oh the biggest swerve of the like when they do the Slammies 2026, it'll be like swerve of the year or shocking moment of the year.
right.
Most Instagram likes.
So I thought about this because that's exactly the same thing I thought, and I like, even if it's not intended continuity or just chance
Mhm.
continuity or poetry, whatever you want to call
Mhm.
it, I like the idea of 10 years after Seth Rollins screwed over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania
Yeah.
31. He now screws over Roman Reigns and CM Punk in another heist of the century if he
Yeah.
steals Heyman away from
Yeah,
Punk and
exactly.
Reigns. So in that way, I'm like, okay, like you said, in a WWE lens, in a WWE framework, huge deal. But I still think, why would Heyman do that?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that doesn't like make sense. The only thing I can think of is like he's tired of being pushed around, but his whole shtick, like his entire WWE career, has been I'm okay getting pushed around because like I'm with the hottest commodity and also Big Show.
Yeah, yeah. And Curtis Axel and
Yeah.
Ryback and Cesaro. Rip
Oh,
Cesaro career. Um,
he's 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 in the exact same position on AEW.
yeah, but exactly. Just from a Heyman point, why would you give up either Punk or Roman for
Yeah.
Seth, who is big, but he's not at the level of Roman or Punk? So
Yeah.
like, and Seth doesn't need it. Like, it would be understandable if Seth was a up
Yeah.
and comer or something, or only like a few years in, but he's now over a decade into the
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, man.
So it's just a swerve for the sake of a swerve, in my view.
Yeah, I just think they need something to justify this. I, I don't know, because like the reason it's going on last is because it's Roman Reigns, and I
Yeah.
think everyone knows that, whether it be in kayfabe or not. But I just feel like simply having this triple threat match with no stakes, I just think they're like, because we're going to do this swerve, it's going to go on last, or because it's going on last, we need the swerve. Because if you're going to do a non-title match, it's normally Undertaker or Stone Cold. Basically, it's a legend has to turn up, and if you're not going to have a title match, it's you need something. At least, obviously, from the way WWE probably looks at it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it goes as the main event because it's Roman and because of Punk and that whole thing
Hmm.
of him wanting to main event. And this is kind of their cop out, so they don't have to give him a title shot
Yeah,
main event, you know?
yeah. I think we're in agreement that it should have been a title match. Whether he win or lose, it should have been a title match in the main event. If you when you give him one.
Right. But I don't feel like the triple threat needs stakes other than the story that
Mhm.
is there. But I get your point of, as a main event, it needs stakes, right?
Yeah,
You know, because like, okay, thinking about it, someone closes the show, whoever it is, it could be Punk,
yeah.
Roman Rollins, whoever it is, and it's just like,
No,
but I
exactly.
I get the vision of, oh, Seth standing at the top of the ramp with Heyman, then it's like this all means something and there's value, and you then
Mm,
prolong that story with Seth and Punk, that story with Seth and
yeah,
Roman, so it gives more fuel to that, so it does serve its purpose, or serve a purpose.
yeah,
But I just still think, based on the story they've told with these characters, it makes no sense for Heyman to turn on either of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
100%. It like it in if you were writing a TV show, this wouldn't make sense, but it's WWE and they don't care about the intellectual thought process of their fan base.
yeah, and it's one of those things of, and I know I talked about this with Cena stuff, but I feel like this. moment really telegraphed it. This moment on Raw really telegraphed it.
Mm.
And it's a hard balance to find where you plant proper seeds, but you also don't totally telegraph a swerve because then it's not a swerve. Like I'm sure I
Yeah.
haven't read the internet yet, but I'm sure this speculation is not just ours, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
tons of people.
I feel like it's a pretty like everyone's like yeah, they're gonna turn all which again I have a feeling Triple H reads the dirt sheets and it's like, oh, I'm actually gonna trick them with the swerve. It's not actually gonna be a swerve. And I'm like, okay, Paul, whatever you say, man.